So you're probably used to me testing shotgun loads when I'm out here, but normally I'm actually testing rifle and handgun loads. I just film the shotgun ones, and I started thinking I ought to share what I'm finding out because it's not super scientific, but it is helpful. I won't carry or hunt with a round that I haven't tested personally and seen how the bullet's going to perform. So I do a lot with my 45 long Colt. As many of you know, that's one of my favorite guns, and I'm really getting into hunting with it. So I was just out here plinking around the other day with these HSM Cowboy cartridges. They're, in terms of 45 long Colt, super cheap. Come out to about $1 a round, and I just was using them for practice. I typically like to use Underwood when I'm hunting, and I noticed that these bullets are hard cast, and it was hitting my steel target really hard. So I'm not even going to say these are a grizzly round or anything like that, but I was curious about the penetration as maybe a more than just a target load, maybe for some sort of hunting or just carrying when you're out in the field, maybe for black bear. Like I said, going 860 feet a second, I wouldn't assume they're going to be much for bigger, dangerous game at all, but it might be a good middle ground. It's standard pressure, so safe in most, if not all, firearms, and so I want to give it a shot. So I've got my testing stuff set up down there. It's a box of really tightly packed t-shirts, which will stop everything in a handgun so far, except for the Underwood plus P round shooting a Hornady 250 grain XTP going about 1400 feet a second. So this is a 250 grain hard cast round flat point going 860. All right, let's see what we got. So obviously split that. Here's my scraps, entrance, exit. Now again, I'm not expecting any expansion at all. I'm just looking for penetration here. A super high-tech t-shirt box here.
I know this isn't the best footage.
Here is the projectile. Held together super well. You could literally reload that. And I found that about 10 inches in. So that went through 10 inches of t-shirt. That's about 5 inches across, still frozen, of meat, and then the pine board. So, like I said, hardly a grizzly bear stopper, but if you're camping with black bear country or wanted a hard cast to hunt with, small, medium game, 100% I would trust this round. I personally, for light skin game, like I said, like a hollow point that's going to do a lot of damage and energy transfer, because you're going sub 1,000 feet a second. But if you're recoil sensitive at all, a lot of those hollow points to get good performance out of 45 Colt, I've found need to be pushed really hard, and so you might need to go with something like a hard cast. But that's a topic for another day. Like I said, I have a hard time not hunting with those Underwood XTPs just because of the way that they perform, but I'm really impressed. This is definitely more than just a target round.